Today I want to speak about the spirit of 9/12. On 9/11, 2001, I was a college student at West Valley College, junior college in the Silicon Valley, California area. At that time, there was a lot of fear, but there was also, on the day of 9/11, when the planes hit, little did I know that a colleague, a classmate, I should say, of mine was on Flight 93, Nicole Miller. She was in the prime of her life. She was also in one of my classes, and I knew her from a distance as an acquaintance, and she was very nice to everybody. But it changed the community of our school that day and brought us all together in a way that I hadn't seen before. Then I graduated from San Jose State a few years ago and later learned that the pilot from Flight 93 was also an alumnus of a school I later attended, San Jose State University, Jason Dahl. Today I want to speak about what happened not on 9/11, but what I call the spirit of 9/12. This is a little bit of a vlog. I probably would have written this out, and I can write. It may have gone on my LinkedIn profile today, and I may still do that. But I'm going to start with this vlog because my YouTube channel, Where's Your Next, is new. So I'll speak from the standpoint of what I see in 2023, 22 years later, my thoughts and feelings of that day, and how it changed everything around us. There's no words that can even remotely describe what it is like going to New York City and visiting the 9/11 memorial. No words whatsoever. None can even give it justice. Unless you've been there, unless you've been on the campus in front of the Freedom Tower and you look up and then you comprehend how much damage was truly done and the millions of tons of rubble that was around, the absolute terror and the absolute mountain of sadness that mountain of rubble represented. But it was the day after that we started to learn stories of the aftermath. Whether it was the man who was stuck close to the 70th floor and got out because a human being went a different direction and found him. When he saw the plane come and cut right into his desk. Amazing story. And then was rescued and got to the ground, and then they saw the buildings collapse. Or the people who went to the church that was not too far from the rubble and put themselves in a place where they saw humanity at its best, where firefighters and first line emergency workers thought nothing of themselves but went into a burning building to save others. And then 400 officers and some 300 firemen, I hope I'm saying that right, I think those numbers are accurate, then perished with no thought for themselves, with tons of equipment on their backs, going to help other people that day. If you go and visit the 9/11 memorial, there's one room where you walk in, you look down, and you're sitting right over the foundation of where one of the Twin Towers was, at the very bottom. You see, the 9/11 Memorial Museum was built over the ruins and the remaining foundations. for those two buildings. You sit in a room and they're quoting from the 3,000 who lost their lives that day. It brings it home, the human touch of what happened that day. Now, on another front, there's also the challenges of what happened after. The immense cleanup that happened. The people who went out of their way to help others. Or Flight 93, when passengers heard what had happened on the ground and stormed the cockpit because they wanted to save their lives. But little did they know that they went to their deaths, that they downed a plane that was probably going to hit a U.S. national landmark. Today I want to talk about the spirit of 9/12, a moment where national unity became very prevalent that day, a day where things changed, where people went and gave blood because they just wanted to help. They didn't know how. Or those who told the stories of heroism the next day. You see, 9/12 was a moment where a country knocked to its knees, got back on its feet again. And I remember those days. I remember those days very well. Today in my life, I'm looking at an entrepreneurial set of circumstances at this phase of my career. Now, in 2023, we have first world challenges, but that's all they are. We don't have to deal with all these things that people talk about in third world countries. Instead, we have many blessings that we have to look at and say, we are blessed. So today, in the spirit of 9/12, whatever you're working on, whatever you're looking at, let the inspiration of that day propel you forward in the rest of your life. It's been 22 years. If you go to the 9/11 memorial, your life will change, period. You'll think of life in a different way after you go. You'll see human beings that you meet in a different way. You'll comprehend that that life is precious. And that the moments we have are all about being the best you can be. One day at a time. So with that, I just say, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, this is my message on 9/12. Get out there and make your life worth it. Whatever it is. Whatever passions, whatever dreams, whatever hopes you have, you only get one shot. Life is too short to live a life that you can't be passionate about. So don't let anybody tell you can't become or do anything, because you can. And in that spirit of entrepreneurship and belief in yourself, propel yourself forward, become the best you can be, and let your life become magical and powerful and better than it ever was before. I hope to make something of this channel. I hope to see amazing things come of it. I hope that it will create amazing things that take it to 1,000, 10,000, wherever it goes. Whatever subscriber base, that's okay. It'll come. But I live in the moment. In the day job, I'll do my best that I can. I'll fight forward to make life as good as it can be, no matter what I face, no matter what I do, no matter what I chase. So on that note, live in the spirit of 9/12. even when you're faced with challenges or things that seem insurmountable, those are the moments that make a difference. So it's the spirit of 9/12. 2 years ago, I made a choice. I'm sticking with it. I'm going to keep fighting forward. I'm going to keep doing what I need to do. Wherever the road takes me, whatever it may be, I will always know that I gave it my all, regardless of the challenges, the things I faced, or whatever it was that people said couldn't be done. I'm just going to say I gave it my all, regardless of what the circumstances were. I'm glad you're here. I hope to continue to create great content. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a remarkable journey. And there'll be things along the way that'll be amazing to watch. Thanks for taking the journey with me on Where's Your Next? Because I know the spirit of 9/12 is really the spirit of Where's Your Next? So on that note, a few thoughts today on 9/12. That's why I didn't do it yesterday on 9/11. Because 9/12 was the day where everything changed. And we went forward, and we learned, and we grew as a country. And even now, facing challenges I never thought I'd be facing because of the choices I made and the growth that came because of a risk that I took, can't look back now. I sprint to the end of 2023. Go to an earlier video in my channel here, and you'll see that commitment, that sprint written down for myself. That wasn't for anybody else. That was for me. And all the people that I owe my best effort to, which may be even you, my audience. Thanks for subscribing. And I hope this meant something to you today. These are just a few thoughts on 9/12. Get out there and make it happen in your life. Those on 9/11 did what they needed to do. And then there were those whose life was gone in an instant. Basically, I'm going to tell you this. Our first world problems are just that. But life is worth living. So you gotta do whatever you can to make it count. Wherever your passion lies, whatever your spirit is, whatever it is you want to do, make it happen. Keep going after it. And at some point, your dream, your hope, if you keep chasing it, will become real. I know that to be true. See you later. More content coming your way soon on Where's Your Next? But I leave this thought with you on 9/12, 2023. See you soon on my channel. Take care.